When an elderly woman in California died on the same day as her cat, people all around the world were touched by the special bond she had with her pet. The story showed us how pets have many different positive impacts on our well-being and how their memory can live on for years to come. About 13 years ago, an elderly couple who are also grandparents decided to adopt a cat. The local animal shelter paid them a visit with a choice of 3 kitties, 2 of which were kittens. The third was a 2-year-old tabby named Gabby. She immediately made herself at home by climbing the stairs and making herself comfortable on the bed. It looked like Gabby had chosen them. Unfortunately, shortly after Gabby came into their lives, the husband died, not able to keep up with the big house on her own. Grandma and Gabby were delighted to be assigned adjacent rooms at their new senior living apartment complex. The two became especially close as they always spent more time together by supporting each other. From the time they got out of bed in the morning to the time that they went to sleep with Gabby circling Grandma's pillow, the pair were inseparable. Grandma would read every day with Gabby snuggled up next to her, and they quietly enjoyed each other's company. As a kid, I was enamored with the loving relationship between my grandma and Gabby, and I knew that as soon as I was able to get my own pet, I would. I wanted the same companionship and unconditional love that Grandma and Gabby offered each other. Until the very end, Gabby spent her days hanging out with Grandma and her nights walking on Grandma's head while she tried to sleep. You know, typical roommate stuff. The years moved on, and they both started to slow down at about the same time. Gabby began to separate herself from Grandma, who was losing weight due to a lack of appetite. It seemed that both of them were not long for this world. Here is the final photo of Gabby taken on Grandma and Gabby's last day. Grandma took her to the vet, and together they decided the best thing to do would be to put her to sleep. Grandma held Gabby and comforted her as she closed her eyes for the last time. She had lost her best friend, her soulmate. After Gabby was gone, Grandma went home and took a nap on the couch. She never woke up. She had died 4 hours after her beloved cat. Maybe it was just her time and a strange coincidence. Maybe she died of a broken heart, or maybe their souls couldn't be separated. Jill Layton later spoke of her grandma. She said, "I like to think that Gabby was there in spirit to comfort Grandma as she took her last breath, just as Grandma did for Gabby a few hours earlier. They are buried together, and I'm certain their bond is still just as strong as it was when they were 2 little old ladies loving life and each other. I've always loved animals, but my dog and I have this special bond now that I think is just as Grandma and Gabby were." It all started because of my grandma, who taught me how to love and care for pets at a young age.